Hello investors, welcome to the channel. Here I talk about long-term investing in companies that pay a dividend. This is known as dividend growth investing. My name is Doan, and today we're going to start off with looking at how the market ended for the week and then look at stock futures. Just taking a quick look at the major indices for the week. For the S&P 500 index, it is up 1.25%. For the Nasdaq index, it is down 1.08%. And lastly, for the Dow Jones index, it is up 2.29%. The markets are a bit lukewarm this week as many states begin another economic shutdown due to the rising cases of infections. However, there are some news of companies potentially getting closer to producing a vaccine, which has brought in some hope for investors. Let's take a look at some of the news affecting the markets. Now, with the easing of quarantine restrictions, it is logical to think that there will be a substantial rise in COVID cases in the week following, and this is shown to be true. As of this recording, Johns Hopkins University has counted over 14 million total confirmed cases in the world, counted over 600,000 confirmed deaths, and shown that the numbers are only continuing to increase exponentially rather than flatten out, as shown by the confirmed cases and the logarithmic graph. As a result of this, a majority part of the United States has begun another round of shutdowns and actively has been calling people to wear masks in some states. This is very troubling because many people out there are seeing as wearing masks as something that is against their basic rights, which is quite selfish because wearing masks will most likely protect you and others from getting this disease, or at the very least prevent the spread of the disease. Now, given the fact that many people are not wearing masks, the only hopes that we have to end this disease once and for all is to find a potential cure or a vaccine. One major company that has been at the forefront of finding a vaccine is known as Moderna. The company known as Moderna has developed a coronavirus vaccine which shows promising safety and immune responses. They published their results in a phase 1 study. To give a little background information, Moderna is a biotech company which has partnered up with the National Institute of Health to find capabilities of inducing an immune response in all volunteers who received the COVID-19 disease in a phase 1 study. Moderna published their results in the New England Journal of Medicine. In the paper, their trial showed that the vaccine triggered an immune response with mild side effects such as fatigue, chills, headache, muscle pain, and minor pain at the injection site. All these mild side effects are pretty good for introducing a potential vaccine which will help prevent becoming infected with the COVID-19 virus. The vaccine is expected to begin later this month a large phase 3 trial, which is also known as the final trial stage before regulators consider whether or not to make the vaccine largely available to the public. In other news, as people are returning to work, there are some places that have yet to reopen for rehiring. This means that there are still people out there who are unemployed and are continuing to receive unemployment benefits. Now, the new aid in unemployment benefits, which includes the additional $600 per week, is set to expire by the end of July. Unless legislation decides to extend these unemployment benefits, many people will be hurting and barely scraping by through the skins of their teeth. It is recommended that you contact your local Congress representative and let them know that an extension of unemployment benefits is needed. Again, this is an election year, so it's heavily in the congressperson's best interest to listen to the people who elect them into office. Now, let's move onward to my portfolio to see how it's doing this week. This is my portfolio right here, and as we can see, It's slowly and surely recovering. If we take a look at the past year, my portfolio is down 13.39%, which is a loss of about $950. Looking at the past quarter, my portfolio is up 11.17%, which is a gain of about $900. Looking at the past month, my portfolio is down 0.46%, which is a loss of about $40. Looking at the past week, my portfolio is up 1.82%, which is a gain of about $160. And looking at the past day, my portfolio is down 1.03%, which is a loss of about $90. So my overall portfolio this week is slightly up, and luckily the dividends that I'm earning through this portfolio are still here. And in fact, if we take a look at the time lapse, they are in fact increasing over time. This earned dividends number is the reason for investing in this kind of portfolio, because even in market downturns, this number right here will continue to go up regardless of what happens. And the only reason why this number would ever stop moving upward is if all the companies that I invest in suddenly stop paying dividends, which is incredibly unlikely. Now let's take a look at the trading activity in my portfolio. If we take a look at right here, I made a couple of trades in this portfolio just because I figured that I had made enough profit from certain companies and realized that it was better to cut off some of my losses, because in this current state of the stock market, a lot of companies are starting to cut their dividends, and I would want to allocate the majority of my wealth into stronger companies that will maintain their dividend payout over time. In addition, a lot of these companies I made profits in, so it didn't really hurt to realize those gains. For example, over here you can see that I sold out of Kraft Heinz, B&G Foods, BHP Group, Rio, Dow, Vector Group, First Energy Corp, Enviva, DuPont, and Corteva. I sold out of all these companies because their dividend wasn't as reliable as I would hope, and instead I reinvested those dividends into something a lot stronger. Over here, you can see that the amount that I sold on this side was reinvested into these companies right here. It was reinvested into companies like Pepsi, General Mills, Procter & Gamble, Costco, York Water, Ecolab, Walmart, Colgate, Cisco, Campbell, Brown-Forman, Philip Morris, Hershey's, Lancaster, Albemarle Corp, Kimberly-Clark, Universal Corp, Coca-Cola, Kellogg's, Sherwin-Williams, Air Products and Chemicals, Hormel Foods, Westlake Chemical, Target, UGI Corp, H.B. Fuller, PPG Industries, Clorox, and McCormick. A lot of these companies are really strong dividend companies and have paid out a dividend even during economic recessions. And that's why I decided to sell off all these right here and put them all into more reliable companies. Now, with that said, let's take a look at other parts of my portfolio. Over here, we can see the paid dividend that was produced by this portfolio. Taking a look here, I was paid out 10 cents by DTE Energy, 5 cents by Ecolabs, 25 cents by Sussex Property, $2.20 by Federal Realty Investment Trust, 29 cents by GCI Liberty, 8 cents by Illinois Tool Works, 26 cents by Leggett and Platt, 8 cents by Main Street Capital, 4 cents by Occidental Petroleum, 35 cents from Realty Income Corp, 4 cents by Republic Services, 30 cents by Sempra Energy, 1 cent by Stag Industrial, 2 cents by Stored Capital Corp, 3 cents by Sun Communities, 2 cents by Thermo Fisher, 6 cents from WP Carey, 21 cents from Main Street Capital, 61 cents from Medical Property Trust, and lastly, 3 cents from Medtronic. These dividends that I earned are a result of me owning shares of each company. This is money that I did not have to put any effort into earning besides clicking a few buttons to buy shares. Essentially, I'm earning money while I sleep. This is referred to as passive income. Earnings, which are derived from an enterprise like a rental property or a company, which require little to no effort to earn and maintain. Although these amounts may seem small, every little bit helps and will eventually snowball into something bigger through compounded interest. This concludes the update portion of my portfolio. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. If you liked the video, then please give it a thumbs up as it will help the channel grow immensely. If you have any comments or questions, then leave them down below in the video and I'll do my best to personally address it either in the comments or answer it in future videos. I greatly appreciate everyone watching my videos and I hope to speak to you all again very soon.